back to the protests here in Nigeria. Stay with us.
What we're asking for is for more jobs to be created first, and also for a people's-friendly constitution. You increase energy costs. How do the people now move around? In Cross River State, the minimum wage was increased to 40,000. It has not been implemented. You are asking for, you are now saying, no, the 70,000 minimum wage has been signed into law. The question is, what can it actually afford for a family of 6?
The system in which government imply upon us is ineffective, and it is very harmful to us. What we need is, we need a new strategy. We need a new system of government that will be very effective to us, that we will know we have some people who are there in the arms of power that are representing us.
Our social institution has been perverted into corruption. The political leader, the religious leader, our preachers, they are all going to the political leaders and collect the bribery. They should just go and start preaching to us that we should not organize any protest.
We don't want by camera. We just want the legislative, which is a legislature, and we want it to be a part-time. It is not necessary for them to go in four times in a month or 5 times in a month and take what is even more than what a professor can earn in a year.
All we are saying is this: if they want to stop the rally, the protest, they should arrest the hunger in the nation, because it's growing. Very soon now to get to farm. When people go to farm, they will farm, it will not grow. The anger of God is coming down.
See people outside. So because some of the associations that are psychopaths, some of them are psychopaths, they collected money from the government, and some of them they have already read something on the Facebook, on the social media, saying that they are not going to demonstrate. That's why the people, they don't know the points where they are going to meet to the protest.
Let's now speak with our senior correspondent who has been covering the security angle of this protest, Ivy Kano. She joins me in the studio. Ivy, you've been with the security personnel all day covering, this protest and their response to the protest. What were your observation?
The several places we visited, because we were in the patrol team of the Commissioner of Police. What I noticed, which was very important, was the fact that police officers understood the assignment, which was protect the protesters. So most of those places, you will see them at the back, while the protesters were in front. And even in the face of what you may call provocation, because at a particular place where we went to, the protesters were really, really angry, which is understandable. It is their right. But the Commissioner of Police really, displayed high level of calmness, restraint, and he listened to them, and they vented their anger, their demands, and everything. And he was more particular about them, moving to the designated areas where they are supposed to hold the protest. Some eventually agreed to go to those areas, but some were just, on the road, and there was nothing he could do about it, which was something that I really commend them for, because moving towards them, I had thought that maybe they'll be funny. I mean, police with, why are you not at this place? But the calmness was super, and there was no violence. So far as, while we were going around Lagos, there was no violence.
The IGP had talked about the use of a body cameras for the police. Did you notice, anything like that?
Okay, now one thing about body cam is that when you're wearing it,
it's not visible.
It's not visible. So it's possible they had it on. I didn't notice, but I think that is for accountability. When they are done and there are reports, you can call a particular officer what happened at point A and what happened at point B, especially when there are videos to back up some of these claims, because Now, you know, everybody has a telephone, so you can actually record what happened. So when that comes up, the police can say, okay, this particular officer, you had your body cam. Can we have the body cam and now, you know, check what, you know, what happened at that particular place. So I really pray they had the body cam on, but I wouldn't know.
And we're bringing the conversation back to Ivy Kano, who is a senior correspondent covering the security angle of this protest in Lagos. We've seen pockets of violence in some other places, you know, even the nation's capital. But why was the protest peaceful in Lagos compared to what was anticipated?
I would say that, you know, Lagos, you had I think it was a collective effort of both the government, the police, and other well-meaning Nigerians, because appeal has been constantly going out to the young people, you know, to see why. If you remember what happened during EndSARS, Lagos was really, you know, affected. So the appeals from the governor, from the CP, please, we shouldn't go through this again. And I think it really worked, because given what we saw today and what was anticipated, you know that those appeal, you know, had effect on the protesters.
And, you know, in some places where it's been said that the protest was hijacked, but in Lagos we've not had that sort of report. Would that be, where does that that commendation go to in terms of protecting this particular protest from being hijacked?
With the way it's looking today in Lagos, I really doubt if the protest will go to day 2. But like the CP told us during a press briefing, even if it does, the modus operandi will remain the same for security officers. Protect the protesters. That's all. Is their right, is their constitutional right, and that they've done so far. Now, where there's violence in other states, I think it's how the CP and other security agencies, they decided to manage these protesters. Because if you can confine them, if it's possible, to a particular area, it gives you an advantage. You know, at that point, you can talk to them, you can listen to them, and you can ensure that, you know, they don't really go out of that area. I think that was what worked, particularly in Lagos. The ability to, you know, talk them into, please, can you just remain here? This is what the court says for today. And they listen, because for them, it's about passing their message.
And perhaps the protesters in Lagos perhaps maybe are a bit also more organized than other states. But I also wanted to ask, because I know there was a parade today. Did that have anything to do with the protest?
Oh, no, the parade in the morning, it was, we're told that at about 1 a.m., you know, today, the police had a distress call from Mushin area of Lagos. The tactical team from Surulere, you know, rushed down to the area, and they were able to pick up 16 suspects, which that was paraded this morning, and different caliber of arms were recovered from them.
So that's a separate incident?
A separate incident entirely.
Okay. All right, thank you so much, Ivy Kano. I know that you have much work to continue to do, even as this protest continues, whether today or, you know, in the next 10 days, as the protesters have stipulated. Thank you for your time. Our senior correspondent, Ivy Kano.